I want to hop right into the thick of it and talk about homosexuality as it relates to Catholicism. Stick with me for a second. I have friends in the LGBTQ plus community that are also Catholic, so this topic hits close to home. The Catechism draws a distinction between sexual orientation and action. Homosexual action is what is considered a sin. In fact, the Catechism calls it an act of grave depravity and intrinsically disordered. Bear with me for a second here. This sounds like the church is calling gayness a mental illness, but that's not the case. The church believes in its idea of God's natural order. When something goes against that order, it's considered disordered. For example, the Catechism calls lust a disordered desire for sexual pleasure outside the context of its unitive and procreative purpose. Greed is a disordered desire for material wealth. Gluttony is a disordered desire for food and drink. Hopefully you see a pattern here. It's not about labeling people. It's about how certain desires or actions line up with what the church sees as the proper ends of human behavior. So yes, homosexual acts are considered disordered in that framework because they don't fulfill the dual purpose the church assigns to sex, which is unity and the potential for life. Now, the grave depravity wording also sounds scary. People throw this around like a weapon, but this also has a theological meaning. A grave matter is one of the 3 conditions for mortal sin, alongside full knowledge and deliberate consent. Attending Mass on Sundays and holy days of obligation is a grave matter. Perjury, blasphemy, serious acts of theft, all grave matters that when committed with full knowledge of its graveness are considered mortal sins. So what's my point? My point is that people use the words of the church against the people that God seeks the most, the vulnerable, the persecuted, the sinners. People overlook the most important part of that section. In the Catechism, paragraph 2358, it says, "They, homosexual people, must be accepted with respect, compassion, and sensitivity. Every sign of unjust discrimination in their regard should be avoided. Homosexual acts are a grave sin, but let the person that has never missed Sunday Mass, or harbored greed, or looked at someone with lust, throw the first stone."